Okay guys, welcome to another video. Today I'm going to have a talk with my friend Michael Sands, who I have been running with most Tuesday mornings for the last several months. We go out to Horseshoe Trail and run.
And Barkley.
And Barkley, his dog. He's here every week when we run.
Really the star attraction.
That's right. So Michael is part of my Dallas Dirt Runners running group. This is going to be our last time running together because he's about to move to Colorado. So I just thought I'd get him on here and let y'all meet him a little bit. So Michael.
Yes, Jay.
When did you start running?
Well, I never was really that athletic. How much time do we have here? We got about an hour. Let's go longer so everyone can hear my little autobiography.
Whatever you want to say.
The trail running and the running was always in phases. I started about, hard to believe, about 20. We go which way? I think we go left here.
My brain.
About 20 years ago, when I was teaching my kid how to ride a bike without training wheels, and I couldn't run behind him without like going one block and having a near heart attack. So I realized it was time.
Hi, good morning.
And began running 2 to 3 times a week, 2 to 3 miles over lunch. And I thought I was knocking it out of the ballpark. And after doing that for about a decade, I changed jobs, and my new job company had a gorgeous fitness facility and a bunch of people that ran over lunch, and started running with them and registered for and ran my first race, a 10K.
Yeah.
Wounded Warrior in Las Colinas, and we all thought we were badass. We knocked it out of the park. We ran a 10K, the most ever I had run. And then from there, realized I could run more than 6 miles. Did a bunch of halves. Good morning. Ran a couple fulls. My first major destination, Vancouver, gorgeous.
Awesome.
Then Houston, and then, like so many road runners, started battling with some injuries from all the pounding. Had to stop running. And in the meantime, discovered the world of trail running, ultra trail running, wonderful people, gorgeous locations, events that are just crazy, beautiful, fun, challenging. And that was about 6 years ago. And it's just been a wonderful, fabulous journey. Totally exceeded my expectations. And hope it continues for many, many more years to come.
And you have done a lot of trail runs. For what I can see, you've probably done 40 or 50 trail races.
Yeah, probably. I've sort of found that the 50K is my favorite sweet spot.
Yeah.
I've done maybe about a half a dozen of greater distance, but at that point, it's too much suffering.
Yeah.
I mean, we all like a challenge, but the pain versus pleasure ratio isn't right for me. I've done one 100K, love it. Maybe I'll do another one, but not crazy happy to urgent to do another 100K, but that's my max. And just love doing 50Ks or similar distances, plus or minus, depend on, you know, what the race directors have, and
yeah,
going to beautiful places all over Texas, Oklahoma, Arkansas, of course, Colorado, Utah, New Mexico, northern Georgia, Tennessee, Kentucky. Pacing, you know, finding out and learning about people that did 100 miles, which I didn't even know exist. And when I found out, I thought everyone was making fun of my ignorance because I didn't believe that people really did that. How could they do that? They do what? And now those are my friends. That's my peer group. Outstanding people that do outstanding things, challenge their minds, challenge their bodies, and they let their trail running community support them. And I feel grateful and appreciative of the fact that I can be a part of this in my life and be a part of it in their life. And it adds so much more meaning to what we do.
And you got an amazing pacing job coming up in July.
Absolutely.
A friend of ours is running a big race.
Absolutely, yeah. So Elisa Norman's running Ouray 100, which is in western Colorado. Ouray is called the Little Switzerland of America. Beautiful, hard, over 40,000 feet of net gain. So probably one of the toughest 100 miles in the nation. And I have the good fortune to be on Team Lisa.
Well, if people don't know, that the Ouray course does a lot of the same trails as the Hard Rock, correct?
I might be one of those people that I'm not sure. Maybe yes, I have no idea.
I think it's some of the same trails anyway, because it's in the same part of the Colorado.
Yeah, it basically has 14 out. It's sort of like hub and spoke course. Got 14 out and backs where you're climbing up a mountain, going back down it, move over, and do another one.
Yeah.
So you're either just going non-stop up, non-stop down.
Yeah.
Pretty technical. And I think it's got a 52-hour cutoff, so that gives one a sense of the difficulty of the course.
Well, y'all went out there to try to train on the trails in early May, but you ran into a lot of snow, right?
Yeah, we did. We thought it'd be a good idea to get out there and train, and also sort of recon and get a sense for the course. And beautiful, gorgeous area. Glad we did it, but in May, at the higher elevations, 12, 13,000 feet, it was still snowed in. So we couldn't summit any of the summits that we planned to because, we just couldn't proceed. But, we still were able to run 90% of what we intended, and
right.
What we didn't get to do, we just added on the lower elevations, and certainly no regrets. Can't wait to get back there.
I think it's gonna be okay in July. It is just being up in Colorado this past week. We were at a little lower elevation than that, but things are really melting off.
Right. And there's gonna be probably a dozen people or so from the Dallas-Fort Worth area up there. Jill Allison's running the 100-miler.
Awesome.
Garen Hill, who continues to just knock it out of the ballpark in everything he does. He's either fabulous or on drugs. Anyway, I say that.
And Garen's in his 50s and he's still fast.
Oh my God, he just kills it. He's gonna be out there. And then Chad Slayer, if I botched that up. He's sort of new, young guy, relatively speaking.
Yeah.
But outstanding person and runner. He's gonna be out there with his brother, and then the crew to support all these people. So always a great time.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be a blast. And I just want to say I've really enjoyed running with Michael and Barkley the last several months. I'm gonna miss them. They are moving to Colorado next week.
Yep, we've been putting all the pieces in place. The house is sold here, a house bought there, and Barkley and I are moving to a town called Woodland Park. And like so many places in Colorado, beautiful. And we're looking forward to the next chapter of mountain running.
And what is Woodland Park? About 20 miles northwest of Colorado Springs?
Exactly, yeah, because of course,
yeah.
Silly me, not everyone knows Woodland Park.
Yeah.
As Jay said, it's about 20 miles northwest of Colorado Springs. So it's a nice small mountain town, but short distance from a big airport, Costco, whatever else your heart may desire that a big city might have to offer.
I was just looking You're 20 miles to the northwest. I talked to you about going up, and I'm interested in doing a fixed time race at Palmer Lake, which is fairly close to Colorado Springs as well.
Right, there's a race there, I've heard.
Yes. Well, I look at the map, and as the crow flies, it's real close.
Yeah.
But the mountains are there, so you pretty well have to drive back down into Colorado Springs,
right,
and then back up
right,
25 toward Denver. So it's 45 minutes to an hour, really.
Yep. Well, a lot of places A to B are going to be a bit longer than we're used to here in Texas, but
well, it's the mountains.
It's the mountains. Enjoy the view. Enjoy the the journey.
Yeah, I'm jealous of your. And it won't be 100 degrees every day there like we're starting to have here right now.
Yeah. It's rare to find a home with air conditioning in Woodland Park.
Yeah. So do you have any races in particular you're looking forward to doing up there?
You know, there's a couple race promoters that do races in the area, spring, summer, fall. But I've been so focused, my eyes on them.
Right.
But been focused on my move. There's a bunch of people from Fort Worth coming up for Pikes Peak mid-September.
Yeah.
So I'll hang with them. And August is Leadville. Gonna help volunteer and crew with Audi and Brent.
Oh, awesome.
Who are gonna be in Leadville. And I figure once I unpack and the dust settles, there's gonna be lots of opportunities to go out and play.
Yeah, you're pretty close to Manitou Springs too, from what I saw the
Oh my
Pikes
gosh,
Peak.
yeah, like 10 minutes.
Wow.
Yeah, breakfast at the incline.
Well, do you have any most memorable race experiences you'd like to talk about?
Oh, wow. I don't know at the moment.
Okay, that's okay. Just thought I would ask.
Good question, bad interviewer.
No.
Or interviewee.
Well, I didn't give you any prep time.
Let me check my notes.
I just kind of turned on the camera and asked him if he would come on, so it's kind of unfair.
That's all right.
Do you have anything that's your favorite aid station food or drink that you like when you run?
You know, I think one of the most amazing aid station experiences, and anyone who's run an ultra, especially in harsher conditions, can appreciate. You've been out there for a long time, you're spent, maybe the weather really sucks, it's cold, it's wet, and you come into that aid station and you've got these wonderful, warm and friendly people who are bending over backwards to give you whatever you need. The worst thing is it makes you not want to leave.
Yeah.
You know, maybe they shouldn't be.
Uh-oh. You okay?
Maybe they shouldn't be so nice. But in that spirit, my first 50 miler was Chattanooga. And there was a huge group of
very tough
DDR
course.
people a few years ago that went out to Chattanooga for the 100 miler, the real runners. And a small handful of us did the 50 miler. The conditions for the 100 miler were among the toughest, near like hurricane force winds and rains, temps in the 40s, 50s. Tough people, seasoned 100 milers were DNFing, and others were fighting hypothermia. I'm out there doing my 50 at about mile 37, pretty shot, pull into the aid station. They had ramen and DiGiorno pizza.
Ooh.
Nothing that would really get anyone excited, but I'll tell you, that was the best ramen,
Yeah.
best DiGiorno pizza I ever had in my life. You know, 3 years later, can't get it out of my mind how fantastic that ramen tasted. That DiGiorno, couldn't get enough of it.
Yeah. Yeah, one of my favorite was in a long race where it actually sounds really gross to me in a lot of ways, except it was so delicious at the time. They mixed ramen noodles with instant mashed potatoes.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
And it was wonderful.
Yeah.
In the middle of the night. I think your body gets where it craves the salt. And
Yeah. Yeah, let me share another sort of favorite aid station experience. A couple years ago, I was pacing Elisa, and we were running the No Business 100 miler, her first 100 miler. And it was about 6 o'clock in the morning. She'd been running for 24 plus hours, cold conditions, tough course, 35,000 feet of net gain. It was getting tough. And the sun had not come up yet because it was October, and we've come into this aid station cold, tired. Here again, wonderful aid station volunteers. What can we get for you? What do you want? What can we do to help? How about some Fireball? We're like, hell yeah. They said it joking. 6 o'clock in the morning, we're doing Fireball shots at the aid station. I'll tell you, doesn't get much better than that.
I know that's become a favorite of some of the DDR folk now, like Chad and Stephanie. They carry the Fireball about every long race.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I guess that's why they do ultras.
Yeah. That sounds awesome. Well, Michael, do you have any other things you'd like to share to my huge audience of 10 people or so?
Ultra trail running is, if you don't already know it, for me, I think physically, mentally, emotionally, socially, the high point of my day, my week, my year. And I feel so fortunate to have stumbled accidentally across this great sport, great people, and it adds so much to my life.
Yeah.
And I just hope to be able to continue doing it for many years to come.
I totally agree. For me, it's all about getting outside and also just enjoying the people you meet.
Absolutely.
Okay, well, I won't take much more of your time. I certainly appreciate you coming on, Mike.
Yeah, I got another interview coming up shortly, so
okay.
I'm gonna cut this short.
Okay, thank you. Thanks. Bye.